Live now.
Hey, we are live. How exciting. So
Yes.
everyone out there, all friends and family, thank you for joining us. We are now live with an interview with two of my gorgeous friends.
Hello.
Hey. So hello, we have Helen Boniface and we have her sister, Michelle Cole.
Hey.
From Karma Kids. So I'll just read a little bit of an intro about these lovely ladies. And then we will get started asking questions. And I do encourage all of the viewers that are watching, if you wouldn't mind sharing, excuse me, or doing a watch party with any of your friends that you think might be interested in this topic. So sisters Helen and Michelle, they share a big vision of helping our little people. Together they share a wealth of 23 years, wow, of experience. Michelle comes with a wealth of 15 years teaching in primary school, as well as a deputy principal and leadership roles. Wow. Helen is an experienced yoga teacher, trainer, and children's yoga mindfulness teacher. Together, they aspire to create positive change in schools and early education settings to improve health and well-being in the communities. Now, the main reason why I invited these two beautiful people on to share their story about and how their business and why they started their business, Karma Kids. And I've noticed of late, especially with the COVID-19, there's been so many shifts. There's been so much unrest and unsettlement in homes, children not being allowed to go to school, being isolated, and now being reintroduced back into their school. That comes with a lot of challenges in the household and also with our little ones. So I might just start first with Helen. How did you tell us a little bit about yourself and how did you get involved? Like, how did this evolve?
Cool. Okay, thank you, Helga. Yeah, so I guess my own journey with yoga, first of all, started when I was experiencing anxiety. So that really set the path for me in terms of what yoga is for me and why I practice yoga. So yes, it's so great for flexibility and strength and all the mental benefits we get, in terms of calmness. But really, I feel like it really changed my life in terms of being able to cope with the anxiety I had at the time, and to be able to find that place of stillness with discomfort. So I then went on to become and train and became a yoga teacher. So I went to India, did my first training, continued some trainings over here in Australia. And I've been teaching now for about 8 years, and went on to do, teacher trainings here on the coast. So trained about just over 100 teachers now. And I have my girls, my twin girls, Ava and Ella, who just turned 3 last weekend. When I became a mother, it just became really, really clear to me that my purpose was to help the next generation. So I really feel like for myself, the anxiety I had, it was early 20s, but I wish I'd had those tools a little bit earlier. And so it's really like I'm very, very passionate. I just feel like it's my sole purpose to really help those younger kids and, all the way up through adolescents and teens, to get the tools and the skills that we learn at yoga. So many teachers that we meet and even just students coming into yoga just say, I wish I'd learned this earlier. So it's really about just trying to share the practice at an earlier age so they have these tools and these, that you can build resilience for them as well.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And I know that that's how we met initially, on the Sunshine Coast at our favourite space, Zenko Yoga.
Yes.
And for me, yoga as well has helped me throughout my whole healing journey. So I'm very grateful for that. So, Michelle, tell us a little bit about you and why you came back, because I know that you've just relocated to the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how you fit into all of this as well.
Yeah, so I've been a teacher for the last 15 years and love teaching, love my job in schools, but I've seen firsthand the increase in stress that kids have in school and that families are having around school and teachers are having too. Been on my own wellbeing journey. So I had kidney cancer 8 years ago, which was a really good wake-up call for me to look at how I was living my life and the stress strategies I was using in my life. And it kind of has led me down a path of being really passionate about supporting well-being in schools, and also, you know, for families as well. So I taught over here in Australia 12 years ago and loved it. So I taught in a couple of different places, taught up in Broome in WA, taught down in Manly. Really, really enjoyed it. Went back to England and kind of, I guess, got on that real career journey, became a deputy principal of a large school in England.
Wow.
And through that, I became really passionate about developing well-being in our school community. So we would have yearly wellbeing weeks where we'd have the whole school community involved, and we'd have yoga and Pilates and sound healing. You know, we teach the children, you know, lots and lots of healthy strategies. And it was a whole community event, and we'd have, you know, parents involved and local businesses involved. And it was always really powerful. Although like the event was a big one-off, the strategies from it would then, you know, be rolled out and, you know, and continue to be revisited throughout the year, because ultimately you can teach children to read and write and do maths, but you could argue that the most important things you can teach children is to be healthy in themselves.
Oh, absolutely. I could not agree more. Yeah. I can just see the dynamics of both of your... yeah, incredible.
Yeah, so I had a bit of a crossroads a couple of years ago. I was like, okay, well, where are things heading with my life? What do I want? And I made the decision to relocate and come back to Australia and come and move to the beautiful Sunshine Coast. And in the meantime, through organising the wellbeing weeks with school, the twins had been born. Helen had got more and more interested in children's yoga, and so I convinced her to make some online videos for me to be able to share with my school community. So as part of our wellbeing week, she filmed and did some brilliant videos for the children of yoga, and she also did some videos of mindfulness and like box breathing and belly breathing, which I was able to use in the whole school assembly. So I was doing it with like 400 children, and it was magic. It literally went way better than I ever could have imagined, because it was a bit of an experiment. It was kind of, you know, I said to Helen, I really think it'd be good to try and do this on a big scale with the kids. And we literally had like 400 kids watching Helen.
Oh, I got goosebumps.
It was incredible. And I guess the story I gave the children about it was that, I'm moving to Australia, and Scamp, who is my little pet toy that used to be lent out to the kids who were feeling anxious and worried at the time. And I said, Scamp's really nervous because he's not sure what to do. Have any of you ever felt nervous and had that funny feeling in your tummy? And so, and so we explored that, and then we did the box breathing on the video. And the feedback from the parents and from the children was incredible. And I literally had children saying to me 2 months later, "Oh, Miss Carl, I had that funny feeling I had in my, my tummy that you were talking about in assembly, and I did my box, and it really helped." And it was then that I went, you know what, this is super, super powerful. So with Helen's yoga teacher trainer hat on, she'd been asked to speak at a wellbeing and early educators conference early last year. So we presented at that together, and I guess from there, so we started off Calmer Kids as connection education, and then it's evolved over the last year and a half really now, to be the social enterprise that it is now. And what's great now is that we're using both of our, I guess, passions and strengths to be able to support kids in yoga classes after school, in schools, and going forward in kindies and at home. And COVID has actually been it's been a really tough time for so many of us, but the whole online platform has again ironically brought Helen and I back to the place where we first started this, where you don't have to be in the same place as other people to help them. So we've had families from the UK and schools from the UK sharing and using our videos and our resources, and the feedback again has been brilliant. So it's just growing and growing and growing, which is amazing. And like ultimately, Helen and I are both really passionate about supporting as many kids as we can with those strategies, those calming strategies, so that they can have it as an integral part of their life. And like I said, it's just as important as teaching them to read and write.
It's so important, because the medical practitioner, it's just all too easy to prescribe antidepressants or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that and Band-Aid it, whereas this is just, it's so crucial. I believe that this tool should be in all schools. It should be part of the curriculum.
Yeah.
Are you guys pushing for that?
Yeah. Well, the great thing is that mental health and wellbeing actually is part of the curriculum. So both in England and Australia, like it is within the curriculum. But like any curriculum, the curriculum is very tightly packed, and there's things that get dropped. And so the more you can have expertise and help of people supporting with those key concepts of mental well-being, mental health, self-regulation, the better it is for the people in schools. Because I put my teacher hat on, and teachers are juggling so much in schools. When I was in class last year, I had a class that had a lot of anxiety, a lot of needs. We were 3 weeks before NAP plan. I'd taken on the class initially as a cover teacher and ended up having them for the whole year. And we put on some of the online videos and some of the online calming videos, like the box breathing and the belly breathing, and the star breathing. And we used those to help calm them before NAP plan. And I guess with my teacher hat on, it was so powerful just being able to put on the video and me do it with them, because it helped to calm me as well.
That's fantastic. So these videos you're talking about, are they on your website, or can people have access to those?
Yeah, so they're on our Calmer Kids YouTube channel. So they're completely free to people, because we are so passionate about supporting as many people as possible. They're on our YouTube channel. They're there and easy to use.
There's a few on the website as well.
Yeah, there's a few on the website.
Yeah, YouTube's got heaps of videos on there now.
Yeah. We're just about to release. This is top secret, hot off the press. We're about to release some Calmer Kids yoga cards, which again families and schools can use, that have got all kinds of yoga like postures and games to be able to use. And
breathe. My gosh! So like a set of cards
Yeah.
Wow, I'd love to grab a couple of those.
Absolutely. Yeah. Sorry I didn't bring them today, but they're beautiful, really bright and colourful for the kids, and illustrated really nicely as well.
Yeah, and also some brain break cards, which we're going to be able to share with schools, that will have videos to go with them that schools can use to integrate these routines into their classroom really easily.
Wow. I'm just so passionate about this. I come from a family of mental ill, bipolar and challenges that come with that, and 2 deaths as well. So for me, this is just like, this is so needed, and more so in our current climate. So tell me, what do you do at home, Helen, with your little ones? Because I know you've got twins and you're juggling, and they're growing up so fast. I can't believe they're already 3. They've just had a birthday.
I know, it's crazy. So look, I think as we say, like in our parent workshops and things that we do, really, I think it has to start with us. Yeah. So because if we're not calm and we're trying to tell our kids to be calm, they're not going to be calm. It's like, if you say calm down, no one's going to calm down. The more, so for the girls at the age they are, it's really about modeling. I think that's the same for all kids, really, because there's a beautiful quote, actually we just shared it last week, about children are great imitators, so let's give them something great to imitate. So I think it's that case of, we need to show it. And also, with the girls, I'm just very real about, I get stressed out too, and I'm not like a calm, people think the yoga teachers are just calm all the time and really zen. It's like, anyone that knows me properly would know that that's not the case. But it's actually like embracing all those different emotions. Like, okay, mummy's feeling actually a little bit angry right now. I'm gonna take some deep breaths. And so sort of verbalizing it and modeling it for them. And then also keeping up like a practice. So I do yoga with them. They've always been around it. They'll grab props and stuff now, because you see, if you check out our Facebook or Instagram, the girls feature regularly, because they'll always be into the yoga props. They use feathers to blow. They love the feathers, don't they? It's, I feel like sometimes if we can't push this on our kids, because if we push it on our kids, it will push them away from it. So you need
to be the example and follow.
And as for the girls being so young, it was definitely around the age sort of like before, up to 1, they were featuring all the yoga I did. But now they dip in and out of interest, and I completely, I think that's great. I encourage that, because as I say, you don't want to push it. I've just been doing a family class recently at our home studio, and it's beautiful for families to practice together.
Yeah.
I think that's something really, really powerful, because you're learning, not only are you learning skills and strategies together, you also got a bonding experience.
Yeah, that connection.
The connection. Yeah. You're talking about things that not all families might not talk about around the dinner table, you know, like how are you feeling today? Like if you're at 1 to 5, how are you feeling? And you can really start to name those emotions and those feelings. So those children are understanding that. And also for the parents, they're like, oh, yeah, work was quite full on today. Mum's feeling about this, or dad's feeling a bit stressed out. And actually like empowering them to know what is real, because I think a lot of the time we don't give children enough credit. Like they're such pure vessels of energy. They pick up on everything, and they know what's going on when we're not good.
Yeah.
Oh, so, absolutely. It's like they come in with a left hook, don't they?
We were talking about that yesterday, actually. Yeah. But absolutely true. So yeah, I mean, I think doing it together as well is, if they're keen to, is something that can be a really, really good experience too for everyone.
Yeah. So a scenario, if parents might have 1 or 2 children, and one may not be traveling too well and whatever, they're not here on the Sunshine Coast. How can they? Have you got a service that can help them? Like, what do you offer remotely, say if they were in Melbourne or Sydney? Or
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think, especially with COVID, as you said, it has definitely brought a lot of this to the surface more, the stress and stuff. So it's actually, it's been great for us in a way, because we have developed online offerings. So we offer, support just for the parents. So we can do online professional developments for parents and workshops similar to what we do face-to-face, but online. We can also offer something like that family workshop, online as well. So via a Zoom, and we've been running online classes for the last term. So for term 2, just completed our online classes for term 2, so the kids can jump into classes. And we'll probably still do some pop-ups, because we do have communities around the world a little bit, mainly like Canada and UK is very strong.
Yeah.
So what do you do there? You just have it online and people?
So a Zoom type workshop, and we have done those. We've done some complimentary ones in the past, and then there's different options. But if families wanted to jump into something like I've just spoken about, like a really personalized session, that's easy to organize. It's all online. We can do that, no worries. Yeah.
So, and how do they reach out to set one of those up? Do they just I have put the link to your website. So is it just a matter of them contacting you direct via your information?
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. And so there's a tab on there that says private sessions, but you could even just email or call us, and we're easily reached. So I might have a child or 2 in arms, but one of us will always pick up the phone. And so you can book those private sessions, or even just discuss if there's anything like that we're talking about. You go, oh, I'd be really interested in that. We can have a sort of a chat over the phone to discuss the needs as well.
That's fantastic. I obviously, with my business, my non-for-profit Advancing Health Naturally, I'm all about giving back, and hence you guys here. I just think your message and your calling is so needed right now. I would love to buy 5 sets of those cards when they come out as gifts to my tribe members that I feel might be needing it. So you have to let me know when they're out so that I can grab some of those.
Awesome. Next few days, actually.
Oh, that is exciting.
I got an email from the printer this morning, so very soon I'll be on the show.
That's awesome. Well, I think we've almost covered it. Now, is there anything in closing that you want to share with the viewers?
I think that it's okay to not be okay.
Yes.
Like it really is okay to not be okay. And if you're not okay, then like talk to someone. And we are very lucky that there's a lot of different resources out there. So if you've got people close to you can talk to, then do. There's also a lot of professional services. There's there's things like yoga and mindfulness, just getting out in nature. You don't need to struggle in silence.
Yes.
So that, I guess, is something that I'm really super passionate about. I had someone very close to me commit suicide, which I think again really drives my passion and my belief in supporting well-being and developing those strategies for everyone, and especially teaching kids at young. So if post-COVID you're not okay, please note that's okay, and that there is support out there for you.
Yeah, and even reach out to you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think,
Yeah.
and I just love to add as well, Helga, just that if it's, you know, if it's obviously it's you that's not okay, as Michelle's saying, and if it's the child that's not okay, like take any blame away from yourself.
Yeah.
Because I think as parents, I know it actually gets me emotional saying that, because, like, you know, mum and dad guilt, it's a real thing, and we're our own worst critic, and there's probably, you know, hundreds of times in a couple of weeks that I could go, oh, I could have done that better with the kids, or I wish I hadn't lost my temper there, or whatever it is. You know, like, we're all human, and there's no such thing as perfect parenting. So it's just, you know, owning the mistakes, but also knowing that you can't be responsible for everything that happens to your child. You can only do the best you can, and that is also doing the best you can for them is often doing the best you can for you as well, in terms of self-care and making sure you're okay, because then we can give them more. Does that?
Powerful message. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I just love what you guys are doing. So I'm so grateful that you took some time out to share it with everyone here. So
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
it's been so nice.
Okay. I'll be able to get a recording of this to you guys too, so I can put it up on YouTube as well if you wanted to share it and put it on the platform.
Just thought of one more thing as well. I'd just like to give as an offering is that we have got a free mindfulness journal as well that you can get from our website. It's 29 pages. It's completely free.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful, full of loads of awesome activities. We had some really good feedback from it.
Yeah.
So we actually developed it over the COVID time just for families as a free resource.
It's got curriculum links as well. So
links.
it's completely linked to that mental health part of the health curriculum.
And that's on the website. Will that pop up as a free download? Or
you'll go into, it's actually just like, if they can remember, it's / then mindfulness journal. But if you go into you'll see it on there under the kids classes. It's under there.
Fantastic. I might get the link and pop it under there.
I'll do that.
Well, yeah.
And
there will probably I encourage anyone that is jumping on this later just to hashtag replay, and if you've got any questions whatsoever,
absolutely,
below or email info@karmakids.com.au, and I'm sure Michelle and Helen will be able to sort it out for you.
To help.
Keep up the good work. I love it. All right. Thank you. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.